everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Lean in.
There
Okay.
you go. Too much.
So let's get right to it. This is the last day with me for like a while.
I know, and then I'll be here.
Yay.
I hope you'll have fun.
Yeah, and Secret Jake is here.
Oh, I touched it again. It's fine. I'll make it work.
Okay, so let's get right to it. At
Okay.
Perks, Nina wants Nathan to either admit or not that he is harboring feelings with Claudette. Like, just be honest with yourself. What's going on?
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm usually reading off the iPad. It's weird holding my phone and reading. Oh, that looks purple too. This is blue. Anyway, sorry. We were playing with filters before. So Nina
needs
still,
to be honest.
yeah, and Nina still very much identifies with the part of her life where she was cheated on.
Yes.
So she's really seeing it from Maxie's perspective, and he says that he was angry before, not jealous, and just putting a face to the guy that that's just been in the back of his mind, and like this whole thing happened, just like it all coming together. It really just made everything come rushing back. So Nina points out that, yeah, you were, dealing with this whole past and everything, but Maxie's seeing this whole thing for the first time. So how do you think it looked to her, and how do you think it made her feel?
It didn't look good.
Right. So Nina says that, Maxie's insecure when it comes to Claudette, and she tries to make him see how Maxie must have felt at the time, and he does see it now, and, she's everything to him, and he doesn't want to lose her. At the Floating Rib, Maxie is having a meal, not sure which one it is, with Felicia, and she's all but given up on her wedding. Would you like to?
She was tearing apart her wedding book, and Felicia wanted to stop her, and Maxie said, no, I can't do that. Oprah said that I should do this, and Felicia said, do not listen to Oprah, and Maxie is aghast, because everyone listens to Oprah. So Felicia tried to make her understand that it's time to talk to Nathan since he's been texting and calling her. Okay.
Good. So
Thank
you. Then Maxie comes to a realization. She's like, wait, I'm amazing, and Nathan should be fighting for me. I shouldn't be fighting for him. And Felicia's like, well, he kind of is. Like, he's been calling you, and you're ignoring his calls. Like, if you want him to fight for you, you have to, talk to him. So, and Maxie's like, well, I don't know what to say. And she's like, yeah, but you don't know what he's going to say. So it's not like you...
Yeah, you can't get ready.
So Maxie's convinced that the glove, she just wished she had never found that glove because it is a cursed object and it summoned Claudette. We have the third member of the team here, and that's E-Cat.
Oh, E-Cat's visiting.
Let's see. Okay, so Nathan comes in and Felicia gives them their space, and he says that he does...
Jake. This is Jake. Oh, he doesn't want to be here. Okay, Jake is leaving.
He does
was jealous.
have feelings for Claudette, but I think he should finish his sentence because that sounded like, nah.
It wasn't
so
good.
He says that, he would stay up nights wondering what he could have done to fix their marriage, to make it so, like, it didn't go the way he did, like, it was all on him. But then, like, this whole thing happening, he realizes, like, he was used. There's nothing he could have done. This was all going to happen regardless of what he did. And he wasn't jealous. It was just his ego looking for revenge, and now he's free of Claudette. So Maxie feels like he's told her the truth so many times, like, why is this time any different? And, like, he gets that. Well, he brought his wedding band, and he kept it out of sight in the back of the sock.
She's using your tail.
And
that's not a
he's
microphone.
decided, he's going to throw it away or something. It was dark. Like, he goes in a corner or outside.
It's
again, it was
angry
dark.
tail.
I do not have an HD TV, okay? I have one of the ones that it's like a square. So I don't know where he did, but he threw it out. And it's just her.
Called the Floating Rib?
There's no going back.
It's the Floating Rib,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming it's near water?
It's not near water.
Then why is it the Floating Rib?
Because it was renamed from Jake's. When Luke killed Jake, he
Right.
paid Coleman so he'd rename it so Elizabeth wouldn't have to see the name Jake's. It was originally the Floating Rib,
Oh.
like back in the 80s or something.
You don't think like it's on the waterfront?
I don't think so. I think it's just on a main
Because I
road.
would think it just
Does anyone have a map of Port Charles?
he like threw the ring into the water. Like that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause-
think that's what happened. He
Well, then
might
what do you
have done
do?
a
Just
drain.
throw it in the garbage?
Like, I just kind of picture General Hospitals in the middle of the town, and everyone is just circled around it because the proximity that people like
But there's
get to the hospital.
Yeah, but there's water.
I need a map. And
But-
maybe that'll
but
be our end of the year project.
What
make a
about
map.
Pier 54 and Pier 52 and all the piers?
It borders the
So the
hospital.
floating rib might be near the pier, because
Is it?
aren't
I don't
people
know.
like eating and then all of a sudden they're at the pier?
I don't know.
I
really
just
don't.
figure he cast it into the water. Very romantic.
So back at Perks.
Anti-romantic. Anti-romantic.
Depends on which person you're seeing it from the
She's
perspective
back.
of.
Hi,
God. Yeah, it's like, no, I make one appearance per video. You're gonna have to pay me extra. Alright, so back at Perks.
Yes.
Felicia and Nina like officially meet and talk. Like they kind of met before, but not really. And they have kind of an awkward conversation because they're obviously on both sides of this. They're trying to defend their person, but they're also trying not to fight because they want this whole thing to work out.
That's
At
true.
the hospital. Alright, so
Oh, so much
Claudette
going
is
on.
in the locker room, and I've like been to a hospital a billion times. I still could not tell you where the locker room is. So I don't know how people find this locker room so fast, especially people who don't work there. So she's like basically stalking Griffin, and
She
the
steals
lights
his
go off.
underwear.
Yeah, it's very
That's rude.
strange. You shouldn't do that.
No.
So the lights are off, and he pretty much calls her a force of darkness, and I agree. And
He did.
she wants to talk here and now, and he's like, I'm in a towel, but that doesn't matter to her because she has no boundaries. So she wants to, so in her mind he kissed her, and he's like, no, I didn't kiss you. No. So
he's in denial.
she says that, she never left his life because he's like, oh, life, I was fine before you came back. She's like, no, I never left. And he's like, he takes her hands and puts it on his bullet wound, and he's like, this is what I feel when I think about you. Like, I feel the bullet and getting shot.
He said he feels the bullet tearing into his flesh. So poetic.
He painted a picture.
He did.
Painted a picture.
He did. She's not impressed though.
So Claudette says his church didn't encourage him to stay when he said he was gonna take a break because they saw his heart was somewhere else, and that was kind of mean. That, she's mean. So he says that
Which would make you think that then they had an inkling that he was questioning his faith,
yeah,
which I
it's
don't
very
think
mean.
I don't
like
think
her.
they did. I think they took him on face value that he just needed a leave of absence.
Yeah, why are you gonna convince someone to stay when they need a break? Sometimes you just need
Ooh,
a break.
There's a cat behind us.
So he says that she constantly lies whenever she's given a choice, and she's selfish. And she says she came to Port Charles looking for Nathan because she got herself in some trouble, but she will not elaborate on it, and then things get crazy. So the backup generator isn't kicking in because we're like, a backup generator, and they're like, no, not yet.
This is Rebel.
Oh, he's so happy. Yeah. So Elizabeth is pushed down the stairs. We got that yesterday. So the backup generator kicks in. Finn and Andre
Finally.
are going to go around and check on patients.
Yeah, people
Monica
can get hurt and die.
is going to call the police because she's afraid of what they'll find. And Elizabeth is at the bottom of the stairs. She does not look good. And she sees a Hayden standing over her coming down the stairs. So very not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I would also like to take a moment to point out, you're going to hear this part,
Oh, yeah.
that earlier this year, Sam fell down the stairs. And now Elizabeth has now fallen / been pushed down the stairs. Basically, if you've been involved with Jason, stay away from stairs because this is not a good year for it. So all patients are accounted for and safe.
Thank
Where's the
goodness.
step? So the
That's
power junction down the hall malfunctioned, and it should be fully fine in an hour. But it was not an accident. One of the engineering guys looked at it, and it was tampered with.
Yes.
Wires were pulled. So it's not like a master
Yeah.
electrician was like, tamper. It was like,
Someone
That's
just
how I
pulled out
tamper.
the wires.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Franco comes down the
Not good.
stairs and finds Elizabeth and Hayden, and Elizabeth loses consciousness. She was conscious for a hot second, but then nope, not at all.
Right.
So I
does
think we
not
all
look
pretty
good.
much know it was Paul, but Hayden
we think
looks
it was her.
super suspicious, and Franco yells at Hayden to get help because she's just staring at her, and I get shock, but at some point it's like, hey, I need to go do something.
Right, and you're in the hospital. Help is literally 2 seconds away.
Yeah, so Hayden runs into Paul, and Paul, first of all, he's like, you shouldn't be running in the dark, and it's like, get over yourself. You just murdered a bunch of people. You're a serial killer.
we know
chill.
that for a fact now.
Yeah. So Paul
It's
demands to
weird.
know what happened to Elizabeth. Meanwhile, Hayden's like, yo, I gotta get help.
Come say
I
hi.
can't tell you this right now.
Say
See,
hi,
interspecies. We need to all get along.
Robbie. We need to
So,
get along.
Hayden gets Finn. Monica is going to look for Dr. Monroe. Dr. Maddox found Dr. Monroe, so he's like, bye Claudette, I got to go. I got a job to do. Oh, by the way, he's gotten dressed in the meantime. It's not like he's going out in his towel to be a neurosurgeon. That would be very unprofessional, but probably would not complain.
And now Claudette's off the hook. She doesn't have to answer the burning question of why did you come to Port Charles to look for Nathan? What was Nathan going to do for her?
Yeah. So Franco stays with Elizabeth, and he starts to bargain for her life, and he says like he'll stop playing mind games and he'll be the man Elizabeth needs him to be and wants him to be. Like he won't just be pretending to be that person. So Franco tells Paul that Hayden was with Liz when he got there. This is where it gets super soap opera-y, right? So Paul's gonna have questions for Hayden. He questions her, and Hayden asks Finn how Elizabeth is. Monica then asks Finn to look over Elizabeth's transport because she's got to do something. And Monica tells Paul that the power junction was tampered with. And he's like, I'll tell the police. And I'm like, yeah, sure you will.
Yeah, because we think he did it.
Yeah. So Griffin has arrived at the scene of Elizabeth's falling, and they need the team, and the team isn't there yet because the elevators aren't working, and they're on the 10th floor, and that's a lot of stairs. So Hayden asks Finn if Elizabeth is going to be okay. He's like, I honestly can't even say. But then he asks her what happened, and she's like, I just told Paul. And he's like, no, as your friend, what's going on? So what is she holding back? At the PCPD, Ava knows it's Paul. Although Jordan just said, I have to talk to you about a murder. She never specified which one, which is why the end kind of makes a little more sense. So Ava just knows Paul's involved with like some murder or something. So she makes a call. Who? I don't know. And she wants a passkey to a hotel room at the Metro Court to find something valuable. I wonder what that could be. At the Metro Court, Ava has now entered Paul's room, which I think, this is Carly's hotel. So the fact that Ava is able to get this, like, skeleton key made at Carly's hotel, I think is just a vast oversight on Carly's part. So, where was I? So,
Ava's very resourceful.
She's in his room, and she's looking for the cufflinks. And now end scene. Nina says white gold. Maxie said. Oh, I skipped a part. Nina has Nathan's back. Felicia has Maxie's back, and they think they're good for each other. Like the two of them want Nathan and Maxie to get back together.
They want it to work out, but Felicia keeps rubbing in that Nathan lied to Maxie.
Yeah, Nina's
many times.
Well, I've heard Maxie's made some mistakes, which kind of it had. They not kind of gotten interrupted into something else, I feel like that would have turned into a fight because that did not go over well with Felicia.
No, it didn't.
So Maxie's like, she's talking about the wedding band, and she's like, was that white gold? Because that didn't suit you. Titanium with something coating. I don't know. Palladium. Who knows?
I don't know what palladium
is good, and so he'll
like
get
he's
that.
A superhero. He needs titanium with palladium.
Yeah. So for when they get married, so she wants to marry him. They're good.
Yeah.
Felicia and Nina, they get the text. They're good. Everyone's happy. And then Claudette sees Nina hugging Felicia, and she's not okay. She doesn't like this. So Finn thinks Hayden had something to do with Elizabeth's incident, and Franco thinks they both. So Hayden says something to Franco, and Franco's like, "I think we both know you would be better off if Elizabeth was dead." And like Hayden's like,
says so
I think
openly.
it should clue in that she's about to be like a super suspect because they were like, she smacked her like 2 seconds before an attempted murder.
People saw.
Yeah. So Ava, thinking she's gonna find the cufflinks, instead she like finds this pouch of stuff, and she's like, "Yas, cufflinks," and she opens it, and it's syringes and the drugs, and I'm like, oh, she got more than she bargained for, because she's like, Paul's the hospital killer, so now she know. Oh my goodness. So
she knows.
Maybe come on, we all know she's not gonna do the right thing with this information. Though.
No, she's gonna blackmail him.
Yeah.
To get him to stop blackmailing her.
Yeah.
With the flash drive. Yeah.
Stalemate.
Yeah.
And now Monica is looking for a doctor. Paul is behind her with a syringe. Is he just on a murder spree since the lights are off?
And why is he killing Monica?
Yeah.
Monica, be careful.
Like, when the lights go off, I just don't want to get off the couch. I don't feel the need to murder people.
Well, Paul does.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Well, we'll have to explore the why is he murdering innocent people.
This is like from left field. I don't understand. Like, I know he's had a questionable past, but like murdering patients in a hospital, and people who've watched when like that know Paul Hornsby from like back, what is going on? Do you have any insight to shed? Because we are just lost.
I mean, he was supposed to be back in Port Charles to bond with his son. Poor Dylan.
Well,
When
we know
Dylan-
he was being bad.
No, I know he
but
was because of his
killing
whole beginning. But
patients?
Dylan's gonna be like vindicated.
He could
'cause-
make a movie about it.
He could. It could be the next movie Dylan makes. He kind of got off his movie track because now
I know.
he's working for Crimson. But
But let's be
he
real,
could.
we all knew that movie wasn't gonna happen.
Well, no, but it
Yeah.
was fun while it lasted.
He's like me. I start projects and never finish them.
Oh well.
That's
We all
why me
have
and
that.
Dylan, we're like same wavelength. All
We
right.
all have that.
That is it for
Yeah, that
today's
was fun.
General Hospital recap. So I will see you. I'm going to be doing vlogs. I don't know if it's going to go up every day just because I don't know what Wi-Fi service nothing's going to be like.
It's gonna be traveling.
But this time tomorrow I will be traveling. I'll probably be in a different state, and this time in 2 days I'll be in Chicago waiting
Oh,
for
so
my
much
next
fun,
train.
so much excitement.
Keep up with that, and my mom will be taking over General Hospital. And
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
And you have a great time.
Oh yes, I'm excited.
I know.
Woo.
I'm excited
Ooh,
for
I have
you.
to pack now. So,
Okay.
and I have a job interview, so that's fun. Oh, I have to leave for that soon. All right, we gotta go. So she will see you tomorrow for more
See you
General
tomorrow.
Hospital, and we both hope you have a great day.
Enjoy
Bye.
your day. Bye.
So then you're gonna press the stop button.